The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Our Tetris Attack tournaments have resumed. We have 9 players and 5 hours to eliminate all but one of them. Who will leap ahead of the rest and become the champion of our 5th Tetris Attack Open? We will find out today in this, the Froggy Open. Hello puzzlers, this is Cards of the Heart alongside the thebfin314. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. This is the 5th leg in our championship series to determine a final bracket for the major tournament next March. It is the Froggy Open, and including the two of us, Beefin, a lot of people have chances to get some good points towards seeding today. How are you feeling about your chances today?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I've got a really rough matchup round 1, but hoping to keep the 5 for 5 semifinal streak alive. And yeah, welcome back to this puzzle game.
Welcome back to this puzzle game. We're definitely getting into the real swing of things now. Now that we're going to have 2 monthly tournaments for the games that we play every year. So we've got this tournament coming to you now. We're going to play it all today over the course of the next 5 hours. We will have our Froggy Open champion by the end of this broadcast, and then you'll want to tune in 2 weeks for the first monthly Pokemon Puzzle League tournament in our community history, the Gary Open. But I'll give you some more details about that at the very end of the show. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how everything works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Panepon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels hard and V-hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. This is a single elimination tournament that we put on every month for Tetris Attack. We will be seeding for our final major tournament next March with this tournament in part. Again, it is single elimination. The first 2 rounds will have one round 1 match, and then our quarterfinals. It will both be our little popcorn level pick. We'll pick between the versus game levels of easy, normal, and hard in a best of 3 race match affair. So whoever wins 2 races first in a match will win that match and move on to the next round, where the semifinals will be played in V-Hard, the best of 3, and the finals in V-Hard best of 5. I expect this to take about 5 hours in real time, and we will have a TA 2025 Froggy Open champion by the end of it all. And because we have 9 players in this field today, we will go by our big table of scoring for how many points each player will get towards seeding in this tournament. Everyone in the top 8 then will get 1 point, which is basically going to be all but 1 player in this field. Everyone who makes it to the top 4 will get 3 points each. The second place finisher will get 7 points, and the champion will end up with 13 points and an automatic top 8 spot in the major tournament. And you really want to try and get yourself in that top 8 in the major, so that way you have a chance at the top 4 and a guaranteed spot, a guaranteed portion of our crowd-funded prize pool. We last left off our 2025 Tetris Attack pool at $200 out of our initial stretch goal of $500. If we reach that goal, then we will expand the top 4. They're currently getting paid out from the main major bracket to the top 8. And if we somehow reach our ultimate goal of $1,000, then we will pay out the entire top 16 of that main bracket, and a few extra spots for maybe our consolation bracket and for our maybe for our side events too that we'll be hosting during that as well. And yes, if you give whatever spare change you can towards our prize pool by clicking the link you see on screen, typing that link you see on screen, or you can type !pool in the live Twitch chat for a link you can directly click. You can do what thebfin did just now, throw in a little bit of change to our pool and get a little thanks for it. So thank you, thebfin, much appreciated the $10.
You're most welcome.
So that puts our pool at $210 now, and you're also able to increase that with any bits you spend on our Puzzle Speedrun Twitch channel, and subscribing to the Twitch channel will add a little bit of support as well. So definitely our players definitely appreciate any little bit of support you are able to give. And since it's been a while since we started these tournaments, it's been a while since we had one of these tournaments, let's see if we can get a little refresher on the standings for TA 2025. It is the top 16 that will be guaranteed into our top bracket, guaranteed invites to our top bracket, and a chance for the title of TA 2025 champion. Right now, I am in front with 24 points and an automatic berth in the top 8. The top 4 seeds all have automatic berths, which is definitely interesting that our first 4 tournaments had 4 different winners. Second place with 17 points is 6, the winner of our first ever tournament, followed by BB4key with 15 points, and Yoshi112, the defending Tetris Attack champion, came into the last tournament in August and swept everyone away, getting the win and 13 points, and the automatic 4th place for now. But thebfin, you and FFR Pro are certainly fighting for the next automatic spot. Both of you tied at 16 points. FFR getting the head-to-head win over you. How do you feel about your play in these tournaments thus far?
Like I said earlier, I 4 for 4s, day 2s, so I feel really confident about my my easy to hard play right now. Be hard could be a little better, and by a little I mean a lot better, because I would like to win one of these. But yeah, I think putting myself in a good position to win one of these and get a top 8 automatic top 8 slot. But there's 4 more of these to play, so these seedings and these standings will definitely change a lot before we get to the main tournament.
Indeed, they certainly will. This tournament certainly has an opportunity to shake up things in quite a few ways, as we take a look at our scores from the qualifying that we had for this tournament. Our players were asked to complete a single attempt of each of these game levels that we will be speedrunning today. That's easy, that's normal, that's hard, that's V-hard. We call it V-hard. There actually is no official term for it in Tetris Attack, I think, except maybe the hardest level. Maybe they actually call it hardest, but we call it V-hard because Pokemon Puzzle League calls the next level V-hard. So our players were given 1 hour each, 1 hour to complete each of the levels, and at the end of about 1 week of qualifying, it was the two of us beefing on top ahead of the standings, where FFR Pro did not have the best of V-hards and kind of slipped a little bit to the 4th seed despite having the best easy and hard times on the board. And look at Ty, that 758 V-hard for 3rd place this month. Definitely putting him in a great position to finally get out of the logjam that he's in with so many other people at the bottom of the standings with 2 points. But to round out the rest of the field, it is 6 in 5th place, Yuki Saka in 6th, Skell takes the 7th spot, and Kanayo and Gamer take the 8-9 spot. And because there are 9 players, we have to pare it down to 8 with 1 single match. So we will have 1 single match for you today, at some point today, with the 8 seed Kanayo and the 9 seed Gamer X459. As we take a look here at our bracket beefin', what potential matchups here excite you the most? Which ones are you most looking forward to potentially playing and maybe potentially calling even today?
I'm excited to call all of these. I love analyzing different skill levels and where everybody's at in their journey in Tetris Attack. But I gotta say, Skell, I wish you qualified higher, because, I gotta play you in the quarters. Gosh, man, that's gonna be a hype match. I know the Gremlin Pits, having a little watch party, getting ready for that match. Also, Tai Yuki is gonna be great. I watched Ty's qualifying live, and it looked so unlikely that he was gonna sub 8, and he just gets there just so close. And then Yuki Saka, the newest member of the sub 730 V-hard club, with that 729. Congrats to Yuki. But I'm really interested to see how this tournament's gonna shape out, and I'm very looking forward to all the matches today.
Absolutely. There definitely can't look past any potential opponent here with so many players with sub 8 V-hards under their belt. FFR 6 is a very worthy rematch to look forward to, because there was once upon a time where 6 upset FFR Pro in major tournament play. So FFR is always looking forward to getting a little bit of revenge there.
Yeah,
we were supposed to. Yeah.
If you don't mind, real quick, he's definitely gonna be looking for revenge because 6 beat him en route to the Lakitu Open Championship. So there's a little bit of heat there. So that was also gonna be a great match to watch too.
Definitely something to look out for, indeed. We were supposed to start live with our 8-9 matchup, our round 1 match with Kanayo and GamerX459, but we seem to have lost GamerX459 for the moment, so we will see if we can track him down live and bring you that matchup, possibly on the other side of this upcoming break. We can break down that matchup if we're going to have that next. Otherwise, we will pivot to the 2 quarterfinals matches that we can bring you right away. That's being FFR Pro 21 versus 6, and the thebfin314 versus Skell. So let's take a little bit of a break to make sure all of our ducks are in a row, and then we will bring you some Tetris Attack action right after this. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025 Froggy Open. Cards of the Heart back with you. We are going to one of our quarterfinals matches in this main bracket. It is the 2 seed, the thebfin314, against the 7 seed, Skell. Couple of players from the old Gremlin Pit here to square off in their best of 3 competition, and they are going to start off on the easy level for this best of 3. They have a choice between easy, normal, and hard to start off their match. Skell went with the easy choice, and Beefin decided to go with the flow. So we will be seeing 10 stages in this easy level run, and I will let our players know that we are ready to start this off in just a matter of moments. Alright, puzzlers, timers are counting down on racetime.gg, where we track the results of these races, and here we go with our best of 3 with the thebfin314 and Skell. Their first game is starting right now. Had to make sure I get that call in when I could. But as you can see from what these players are having to deal with right away, these opponents really don't raise their stacks at any point, so 7-8 lines of garbage may be necessary to beat all of these foes. And whereas Beefin fails to dodge a garbage clear from Lakitu, Skell does not, and Skell is off to the early start. And these two certainly can't look past each other on this level. From the open tournaments that we've had so far, Beefin has managed to peak with a easy best time of 6 minutes 23 seconds to Skell's 6 minutes 26 seconds. So they are both capable of playing a very mean game of easy mode. Beefin, I would tend to put as more on the combo heavy side compared to Skell, and perhaps the combos are coming into fruition here with Beefin basically making up all of the time in that one single stage. But compared to what you might have seen in recent weeks with our Pokemon Puzzle League tournament, these levels are merely a race to lines of garbage. You know, don't bother with getting cute with 4 combos at the beginning. Just make 5 combos, 6 combos, 8, 9 combos. Anything you can to stack lines of garbage while you are building your chain to get to the 7, 8, sometimes 9 line threshold that unfortunately has to be hit sometimes. Most of our players will go for a 5 chain with some combos. That usually gets the job done in about 15 seconds. Both of our players doing fairly well so far with doing that. Skell keeping up fairly well with Beefin at the moment. Skell at about little over 3 seconds behind at this point. So the timers on screen are there for our reference, but it is the timer on racetime.gg that ultimately decides the winner of each of these races. Oh, Beefin sends an attack to Froggy right as he's about to match for a garbage clear. Skell also gets a garbage clear. Skell follows up with a 4 chain to really make sure Froggy is dealt with, and competing 25-second stages for our players as they both break through the halfway point of this 10-stage easy run. So no Bowser, not even a Kamek for your troubles. We'll definitely be seeing both of those opponents later on in the show. Beefin sent a very impressive 4-chain to Blarg, but got a garbage clear out of it. Skell needed a little bit more and gave Blarg the opportunity to get a garbage clear of its own. Skell needing to follow up with a little bit more, gets another garbage clear, and as close as these two players can play this level, that could prove to be the whole difference. That little bit of a slip-up by Skell could be enough to cost him this first race. Fortunately, Beefin was able to delay that attack enough so that way Lungefish could not transform even more garbage with his attack. And Skell really putting on the lag chains for this Lungefish, getting a 15-second result, getting to make up a little bit of ground, but time is running short. We are down to the final 3 stages. Once again, Beefin throwing down a 5-chain with not a great answer from Raphael at the top of the stack, and Beefin will be escaping to the Cave of Wickedness in the final 2 stages in a little under 5 minutes. Generally good benchmark for our top players to try to hit. Skell was going to get a little bit of extra time wasted if that panel were able to come down, but it was just a little bit too precise for Raphael to deal with, and Skell will be right behind. But Beefin needing a 6-chain for this attack. Might be 1 row short here. But fortunately, Hookbill does clear the wrong thing, trying to address the garbage, so Beefin will escape with a 22-second time. Skell needing a little bit more, needing a big 3-chain and change to deal with his Hookbill. But it is Beefin in the driver's seat to take this first race. Really scrambling to find a 3-chain extension, could not get it. So Beefin will make this extra 3-chain here to follow up. And that is an emphatic finish from our 2 seed, officially clocking in at 6 minutes 11 seconds. That is a new open record for Beefin. In fact, that's a new open record entirely, beating FFR Pro's previous open record by 5 seconds. So GG's to Beefin for that, as Skell manages to finish with a 6:36. Definitely not a bad time in his own right, but it is the thebfin314 taking home star number 1. And that leaves the choice of the next level to Skell as the loser of that race. Normal and hard are the choices, and Skell has chosen hard for game 2. We will see if the additional randomness will allow Skell to bounce back in this matchup. We'll get to that one very shortly. Game 2 is counting down. Skell needs this one to stay alive. Has gone to the hard level. We will see Bowser at the end of this 12-stage affair. Will the increased speed help his chances? Let's find out. Compared to the speed level 2 that easy mode started out at hard mode plays at level 6, so there may be a little bit of a whiplash from our players trying to get used to the increased speed, but as long as you get to 6, or in bfn's case 5 lines, you should be just fine. These CPUs don't really know how to deal with these attacks as they come down. They're not quite fast enough to really get everything they want yet. That'll come at the end of the tournament for sure. But bfn still here, making 5 chains, making multiple sets of combos, getting wins in 15 seconds or less. And Bumpty just decided to go as far away from the potential match as he could to just waste more of Skell's time. That's going to prove to be a fair bit of a setback. But if bfn falls a little bit short on his attacks, and he's 1 line short there, just barely escapes with a 15. But if that happens too many more times, we could see something crazy happen in terms of potential comebacks. Fortunately, Skell recovered enough from that shortage on Poochie to still finish in 15 seconds. These hard mode CPUs do kind of behave the most predictably of everyone else, so if you send the required amount to top off every opponent, you should be winning in close to 15 seconds each. Even this one gonna take probably 20, and only because Flying Wiggler got to a couple of extra matches that did nothing. These opponents are not too bad. And that 8 combo really doing wonders for topping off Froggy there for bfn. Another 15 second stage, looking to potentially improve on his best hard time in these opens with a 657. Something we could see from bfn's run puzzler, so let's keep an eye on that. But Blarg getting a garbage clear will slow him down just a little bit, but not enough to keep it longer than 16 seconds. Definitely keeping things very steady for our 2 seed. One of the top players to yet win one of our Open Championships. He and FFR Pro will be playing at some point today to determine that. And Skell really piling on the 7 chain, the lag chain, to really build that up quickly. And the combo garbage on top of that makes sure that Blarg will lose swiftly. But it is bfn off to a full stage lead, as both players have now eclipsed the halfway point. Now, Bowser does lie in wait at the end of this hard mode run, and sometimes he's gentle, but other times we've seen him do some nasty things, and bfn really hasn't been able to get the good chain going before now. So this is the first major roadblock that bfn has stumbled into. That's going to be a 35. That's going to be a big opportunity for Skell to make up a little bit of ground. A little bit of a color conflict there with the purples keeps that chain from going crazy, but Skell getting a 4 chain to finish this off. A 6 combo not going to be enough for Raphael. Both of our players having trouble with the jerk bird. Of all the jerk birds that have ever been jerks in games, Raphael the Raven has certainly been one of them. But Beefin has no problem with turtles, and with that hook build down in 13 seconds, this lead for our 2 seed is growing. Beefin with the opportunity to shut the door on this match right now. Gets a little bit of a catch maneuver for a 4-chain. Are the combos there? They are. That's an 11. 11 seconds on a hard mode stage is pretty good. You really love to see that. Skell not too much of a slouch himself with that 14 hook bill. But this is Beefin's race to lose, and he has 2 stages left to close this out. Gonna get the 5 combo for the 3 chains. Is that gonna stack well enough? That is going to be a 13. Thank you, Kamek, for ruining the chain opportunity that you had set right there. And, you know, Kamek is the first opponent in the hard level to learn how to chain, but didn't learn how to chain that well, apparently. Skell did not get enough down onto Naval Piranha Plant. Gonna have to sit through another sequence of clearing and clearing, and that will probably do it for Skell's chances in this match, as Bowser is sufficiently topped off, and Beefin gets close to his open best time, officially clocking in at a 7:03. So, job well done for the thebfin314. He will be moving on to our semifinals. And Skell put up a pretty good effort, as he always does. But Beefin is one of the buzzsaws in our Tetris Attack community for a reason. Even one of the toughest outs we have in our community. So, no shame in losing here today. And Skell knows that, and Beefin knows that there are no hard feelings there. They'll have fun with it later on today, I'm sure. Let's wish Skell a good, gentle Bowser as this match closes out. A little bit of a lag 3-chain. Probably going to need a little bit more. I'm going to go to another 4-chain after that. That should be enough to keep Bowser occupied. Although Bowser does get to a garbage clear. Probably will not have time for anything else, though. And that will take care of that with an 8:53. So, with that decided, it is time to award a star to our 2 seed, the thebfin314, getting star number 2 and the win. Beefin once again showing why he did qualify in the top 2 seeds and is one of the favorites to win this tournament. Job well done. And it is time to make this result official. There it is. With the 2-0 win, the thebfin314 moves on to our semifinals. We'll be awaiting the winner of our 3-6 matchup. That is Tai versus Yukisaka. No real hocus pocus from Kamek this time. High five for being incredibly cooperative in that hard race. Job well done. So, here is the updated bracket, and we are efforting to get people together for the next race we will bring you today. Still have not heard from GamerX459, but FFR Pro is here, and I do see activity from Yuki Saka, so it looks like we will be having the other two quarterfinal matches that we can play right now in FFR Pro versus 6 and Tai versus Yuki Saka. But if we do manage to hear from Gamer within the next few minutes, we will pivot immediately to that match so we can keep things moving relatively smoothly. But with that in mind, it's time to go to a little bit of a break to make sure that we can set all this up. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. Froggy open.